want me to take the headgear? You're okay with that? Okay.
Good job, Scott.
Bus bros. Thank you.
I think you can laugh about it now, but obviously Sunday night you're sleeping in a hospital bed. Today you qualify P5. The emotions you're feeling, just the crazy week that was.
Well, I'm just happy to be back. I really was very motivated to be here this weekend. I knew if we weren't in this race, it was going to be very difficult to stay in this championship fight. And that was kind of the end for me. Is like, I know that we have to be in the race. Whatever I have to do to be fit and prepared is number one on my plate. And yeah, we're here. Had a tremendous amount of support. I can't thank IndyCar and their medical staff enough for all their help after the event. And then obviously everybody at Team Penske has just been unwavering with their support for me. So yeah, we're ready to go. We'll be able to race tomorrow now.
What exactly did you hurt, and what were maybe the symptoms you were feeling that were leading up to today to make sure that you were clear? What were you doing to get back?
I mean, I don't want to get into too much of the medical side, but I certainly hit my head pretty hard on Sunday afternoon, and obviously the main concern at that point is a concussion, and just trying to make sure that there's no lingering or long-term effects from that. But thankfully I'm in really great shape. I've felt very good most of the week, so I think we're in a pretty good spot now.
Did you get a concussion when you hit your head?
I can't confirm that. I don't know that I did, but I think if you were a doctor, you probably would have said I was concussed after Sunday night, so it's probably fair to say that. So then it turns into a question of, how severe was it, and, how long was it going to linger?
So what did you have to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
I mean, for me, I really just went into fight mode in that, I don't know what I have. I don't know how severe, of a concussion I do have. If I do have, I don't even know if I have one. So I just went in and rested for 48 hours as intensively as I could. No light, nothing really bugged me. I just did things because I heard they were the right things to do. I mean, light didn't bug me, screens didn't bug me, but I avoided all that for 48 hours to try and rest as much as possible. And then, by the time Tuesday came around, I felt pretty solid and was just trying to track as best as I could up to Thursday.
Did you feel any symptoms before you hit your head?
No, I didn't feel anything out of the norm with the wreck in Iowa. So I hate to say that there was anything linked to that. It's impossible to say. I don't think we can know at this point. But no, it didn't feel anything odd from that.
Joseph, does an experience like this kind of put the team to the test because you're kind of knocked off kilter a little bit? You can't really do exactly what you planned every week all the time for race week, right?
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, coming into this weekend, I was planning to be on the simulator Monday before coming here, and that would have been nice to have that prep. I think we could have been in a better position coming into this weekend, but we're not in a bad spot. Luckily we have great cars here at Team Penske. I've got great teammates to lean on. We qualified in the top 5. I think that puts us in a great spot with PPG and Team Chevy for tomorrow.
Joseph, did they rule out dehydration?
You'd have to ask IndyCar Medical. Yeah.
But did you feel properly hydrated?
I did, yes, yeah.
You're right there.
Hinch said he was speaking with you, trying to give you some insights when he went through this. Did that help at all, or did he just make you laugh?
No, I think we definitely, my wife, my lovely and amazing wife, did most of the communication for me, but she was communicating with anybody that had any sort of advice, whether it was good or bad. We'll filter it out. But we had a lot of, Hinch was one of them. People like Hinch have been through incidents like this. They're not all like for like. His is not always necessarily related to what I was going through, but any information on what people do in these type of moments is helpful. So there was a lot of people that reached out, and we definitely took use of it.
Was the outpouring of interest and care or something you were able to see, or did you stay off social media and turn off the phone?
I stayed off. I didn't really get back on my phone until yesterday, which was kind of nice, I missed a lot of appointments. I missed a lot of commitments that I had lined up on my calendar. And I had a great excuse. I'm like, you know what, this can all wait. This can all wait. I'm only focused on getting back to the car, so I'll catch up next week is my plan.
You're right there in the point standings. You were so close last week. You came out of the Infield Care Center and said you felt like crying. Now how are you approaching heading into this weekend with your team in order to keep in this race and potentially take the lead?
I'm just ready to be in the fight. Look, we're well in the thick of the championship. We have a great opportunity here, to stay in the fight, and I think go all the way down to the final event and possibly win the championship. That's my focus. So, I would have loved a little more today. I felt like on new tires we had pole pace, but on used tires we lacked some of that pole pace that we needed. So we're going to try and clean that that up, make sure we have good tire deck for tomorrow. I think looking after the tires is always critical. If we can do that job and have a good race here, then it should set us up nicely for the last 4 events of the year.
When you got back on your phone, you came back to Twitter kind of with a vengeance. Were you joking, or were you saying, "Hey, get out of my car"?
Oh, I was just having a little bit of fun, and from a factual standpoint, the details do matter.
They do. I just saw this guy waxing this whole steps.
It is important to remember that here at Team Penske. We have a working style, and we like to stick to it. So I'm just trying to help the next batter up. This is how it works around here. But no, it was all in good fun, and for me, I was very motivated to get back. I don't think you could give me extra motivation. I'm always as motivated as I need to be, and that's how I felt coming into this weekend. Was whatever I got to do, I'll do to get back.
So you're motivated. You lost a win last week, snatched away from you. You want this one?
I do. I mean, I don't know that I can just go out and win the next race in sheer willpower. I think we are where we are in a lot of ways. With each track that we go to, we have our strengths and weaknesses as a team. Obviously, Iowa was a strength of ours. It's very disappointing to give up that win that we did last weekend. I think that wasn't necessarily a lock, but it was pretty good odds that we could have locked that race up and had a 5th win on the season. That would have been a big changer for us in the championship, and now we're not in that position where whatever we are, 34 points back. Not a terrible spot, but not as good as it could have been, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know you said that you felt totally fine after the crash, going through the medical process at the care center in Iowa. Did you get any sort of sense if your fall was related to the crash or dehydration or anything else maybe unknown?
Honestly, it's genuinely, it's so hard to tell. I have no idea. It could have been anything. I mean, genuinely could have been anything. And to try and go and piece it back together now and recreate it, I don't think we'll ever know what it was fully. I mean, I have theories. I could give you my thoughts on it, but
Newgarden?
Yeah, my Dr. Newgarden hat. But I think it's going to be impossible at this point to know. Luckily, it seems like it didn't take me long to bounce back, which was the most important point, I guess, of all this.
Did you feel yourself getting lightheaded before you fell?
No, I don't remember anything out of the norm. So, yeah, it's just hard to say. It really, genuinely, is hard to say at this point. I don't think we'll ever know.
Thanks. Being a dad now,